You're hyperventilating in the bathroom at a coffee shop because the barista said, "Enjoy your coffee," and you said, "You too." Your heart rate is at 167 beats per minute, according to your Apple Watch, which is now sending you concerned notifications asking if you're okay. You've been in here for 23 minutes, there's a line forming outside, someone just knocked, and your brain has convinced you that this single social interaction has permanently destroyed your reputation in this neighborhood and you can never show your face here again. Your hands are shaking, you're Googling how to change your identity and move to Portugal. The barista doesn't even remember you. You're still here. This is fine. Let's go back to this morning. You wake up at 6:47 a.m., 13 minutes before your alarm because your brain decided that sleeping peacefully was too risky. What if you oversleep? What if your alarm doesn't go off? What if you sleep through the alarm and miss work and get fired and become homeless and die alone under a bridge? Better to just lie here in a state of low-level panic instead. Productive, healthy, exactly what the doctor ordered when they said you need to manage your stress better. You check your phone. 17 notifications. Your heart rate increases. It's just your mom asking if you're coming to dinner on Saturday. A work email that says, "When you have a moment," which obviously means this is urgent and you're already in trouble, and 15 TikToks about how microplastics are destroying your brain. You respond to everything immediately because leaving people on red is how you become a social pariah. It's 7 a.m. Nobody asked for a response at 7 a.m., but anxiety doesn't care about socially appropriate response times. You get ready for work with the efficiency of someone who has planned every single movement to avoid catastrophic failure. Shower, clothes, coffee, keys, wallet, phone. You check that you have your keys 4 times. You will check 6 more times before you leave. You lock the door, walk to your car, come back to check if you locked the door, confirm it's locked, walk back to your car, and then stand there for 30 seconds, convinced you left the stove on. You don't cook breakfast. You never use the stove in the morning. Your brain doesn't care about logic. Your brain cares about imaginary house fires. The commute is a special kind of psychological warfare. Every car that merges near you is a potential accident. Every text notification is probably bad news. Every song on the radio is either too sad and makes you spiral, or too happy and makes you feel guilty for not being happy. You settle on a podcast about murder. Somehow, that's less stressful than your own thoughts. You arrive at work 12 minutes early because being on time means you're basically late. You walk into the office, your coworker Sarah says, "Hey, how's it going?" This is a normal question, a routine greeting. Your anxiety interprets it as a complex social trap. Does she actually want to know how you're doing? Is good too boring? Is anything other than good too much information? You say, "Good, you?" Your voice cracks. Why did your voice crack? You're 28 years old. Sarah says, "Good," and walks away. You spend the next 45 minutes analyzing this interaction for hidden meanings. Did she seem annoyed? Was your good not enthusiastic enough? Does she think you're weird now? She's thought you were weird this whole time. They're all just too polite to say it. Your boss sends a message. "Can we talk later?" No context, no time specified, no indication of topic. Just, "Can we talk later?" which is the professional equivalent of "we need to talk" from a romantic partner. Your brain immediately begins writing your termination letter. You've been fired. Obviously, why else would she want to talk? You start mentally packing your desk. You're updating your resume in your head. You're planning your "I'm taking time to focus on myself" Instagram post. You check the message again. Maybe you misread it. Nope. Still says, "Can we talk later?" You type, "Sure," but it takes you 7 minutes to send it because you keep rewriting it. Sure? Too eager? Sure. Too cold? Sure, no problem. Too long? You settle on, "Sure, what time works?" Professional, calm, not at all written by someone whose hands are trembling. She responds immediately. 2 p.m. work? It works. You have 5 hours to catastrophize. You spend these 5 hours accomplishing absolutely nothing except running through every possible scenario of how you're getting fired. You missed a deadline. You said something inappropriate. You didn't say something you should have said. You breathed too loudly in a meeting. Someone complained about your emails. Your emails are too long. Your emails are too short. Your emails exist. At 1:47 p.m., you go to the bathroom to have a small, dignified panic attack. You look at yourself in the mirror. You look tired. You look like someone who spent their lunch break on WebMD convincing themselves that their anxiety symptoms are actually symptoms of 17 different terminal illnesses. You splash water on your face. Someone walks in. You pretend you were just washing your hands. You've been washing your hands for 2 minutes. They know. Everyone knows you're falling apart. 2 p.m. arrives. You walk to your boss's office like you're walking to your own execution. She smiles. That's either a good sign or she's being nice before destroying your life. "Hey, thanks for meeting," she says. "I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in leading the new project." You're not fired. You're being given more responsibility. This is good news. Your anxiety immediately pivots. Now, you have to lead a project. What if you mess it up? What if everyone hates working with you? What if you're a terrible leader and this is how they find out? You say, "Sure, I'd love to," because saying no would require explaining that you're too anxious to handle basic human responsibilities. She says, "Great, let's chat more tomorrow." Tomorrow, another meeting. The cycle continues. You leave her office, Sarah sees you and says, "Everything okay?" She knows. Everyone knows about the meeting. They've all been talking about you. They're all wondering if you got fired. Now they're wondering why you look relieved. Now they're wondering what's wrong with you that you look so scared in the first place. You say, "Yeah, all good," and walk directly into the door frame. You hit it with your shoulder. It makes a loud noise. 5 people look up. You keep walking like nothing happened. Your shoulder hurts. Your dignity hurts more. The rest of the day is a blur of pretending to work while actually just managing the various small fires your anxiety keeps starting in your brain. You send an email. You immediately reread it and find a typo. You send a correction email. Now there are 2 emails about one thing. You've annoyed everyone. You check your phone. Your friend texted you 3 hours ago asking if you want to hang out this weekend. You haven't responded because you're trying to figure out if you actually want to hang out or if you just feel obligated. What if you say yes and then regret it? What if you say no and they think you hate them? What if you don't respond and they never text you again and you die alone under a bridge? You put your phone face down. You'll respond later. Later becomes never. This is how you lose friends. 5 p.m. Time to leave. You pack up your stuff, you check that you have everything: keys, wallet, phone, laptop, water bottle, sanity, missing, presumed dead. You say goodbye to 3 people. Each goodbye feels like a performance. Are you too friendly? Not enough friendly? Did you make enough eye contact? Too much eye contact? You're overthinking goodbyes. You've been doing this for 6 years. They probably don't even notice you leave anymore. You get to your car. You sit there for 5 minutes before starting it. You need a moment. Your Apple Watch congratulates you on standing for 12 hours. It doesn't congratulate you on surviving 12 hours of constant low-level panic. That's not a tracked metric. You drive home on autopilot, which is dangerous, but your brain is too busy replaying every interaction from the day to focus on actual driving. You hit every red light. Obviously. The universe is against you. That's not anxiety talking, that's just facts. You get home. You check that you locked your car 3 times. You walk to your apartment. You unlocked your door. You step inside. You're home. You're safe. Your phone buzzes. It's your mom. Did you think about Saturday dinner? You haven't thought about Saturday dinner. You've been too busy thinking about everything else. Now you have to think about Saturday dinner. What if you go and it's awkward? What if you don't go and everyone's mad? What if you go and someone asks how work is going and you have to explain the project and they judge your career choices? You respond, "I'll let you know tomorrow." You won't let her know tomorrow. Tomorrow, you'll say you need another day to check your schedule. Your schedule is empty. Your schedule is always empty because you're too anxious to make plans. You make dinner. Easy, Mac. You eat it while watching a show you've seen 4 times because
New shows require too much emotional investment, and what if you don't like it and you've wasted time? You checked your email one more time. Your boss sent a calendar invite for tomorrow's project discussion meeting, 10 a.m. You add it to your mental list of things to be anxious about, right between existing in public and the inevitable heat death of the universe. You go to bed at 10:37 p.m. You set your alarm. You check that you set your alarm. You lie there. Your brain decides this is the perfect time to remember that time in 7th grade when you tripped in the cafeteria. That was 16 years ago. Your brain doesn't care. Your brain wants you to relive every embarrassing moment in crystal clear detail. You try the breathing exercises your therapist taught you. 4 counts in, hold. 4 counts out, hold. It works for 30 seconds. Then your brain reminds you that you have a dentist appointment next month and you should probably floss more, and what if you need a root canal, and what if it's expensive, and what if... You fall asleep at 1:23 a.m. You dream about showing up to work naked. Classic. Your alarm goes off at 7 a.m. You wake up exhausted. You survived another day. Tomorrow, you'll do it all again. That's the routine. Strange, exhausting, and somehow completely normal. So that's anxiety. In a world that keeps telling you to just relax and not worry so much. And have you tried yoga? Yes, you've tried yoga. You spent the entire class worried that you were doing the poses wrong and everyone was judging you. If you also live in a constant state of low-key panic about absolutely everything, subscribe. At least we can be anxious together. Misery loves company, and anxiety loves an audience.